Hi, it's Romola and welcome to this week's spiritual lesson. This is for women who are overwhelmed, exhausted and looking for a little bit of extra support and wisdom to get them through the week. So I've pulled my card from my Your Inner Light Alchemy deck and I've got the word help. Now this is really interesting. So this week, the 20th of July, we have help. Last week we had stop. So there's a theme coming around. There's also before that we had sort of creation and other focusing on things that bring us pleasure that perhaps we're not getting to. So there's a definite theme around the energy that we are surrounded with at the moment. But this card is really interesting, help. So like I say, last week we had stop. And that was really a review point. It was a permission slip to stop, review, do things, ask for help. Actually asking for help with some of the things that are coming up. And it's obviously something that we need to tap into more. Because as empaths and sensitive people, we tend to just do it all ourselves. Because no one can do it like us, right? No one will do it at the timescale that we want it done. Nobody will do it quite the way that we want it done. But sometimes done is better than perfection. I wonder how many empaths are perfectionists as well. That's an interesting thought. So this help card that's come up for this week, it's really interesting. It really has this energy of the martyr, that is doing everything alone. I'll do it myself because it'll be easier, it'll be quicker. I know it's done then, rather than having to chase people. But it also then leads to that burnout, which again was the membership edit that we did last week, was getting rid of burnout and that emotional exhaustion. So there is a flow of the energies which is really interesting. Not necessarily nice, but this is what's coming up that we need to be aware of. These are our spiritual lessons of the moment. And we are generally overworked, overwhelmed, too many things on the to-do list, because we pick it up, we recognise what needs to be done, we will hold it, we will do it for everybody, whether it's for children, whether it's for the house, whether it's for a partner, whether it's for family, whether it's for work. We're the people that see and sense and feel everything, and that's why we can just get into a huge state of emotional exhaustion, emotional awareness, and we need to recognize what's ours. That's a huge thing. We need to look at our boundaries. We need to look at what's actually important and what is actually ours to do, because not everything on that to-do list is actually ours. Much of it could be done by other people. Much of it might not even need to be done at all. It could just, life can move on without it being done. And help. How does that land for you? There's also that energy of, so we've sort of mentioned about the hyper-independence and the martyr energy. But also against that, there is that energy, that fear of receiving. Of perhaps becoming weak, looking weak if you ask for people to do things. That fear of receiving. What if people do help me? What if I get judged for asking for help? What if I'm judged because I can't actually do all the things all the time and manage my emotions and my family's emotions, the collective emotions? It's interesting, isn't it? And sometimes asking for help feels unsafe. So just consider what feels unsafe. What help could you really do with, but actually it feels unsafe to ask. And it's probably feeling unsafe because you are feeling you might be judged in a negative way. There might be comeback if you ask for help. So just consider, think about it. But actually receiving support is a strength. Being able to ask for help and support and to receive it accepting it is a real strength, because there's no judgment there. You're not being judged. You're allowing yourself to receive the support that you offer freely to everybody else. And actually receiving that help and support, it increases your capacity. It fills your jug back up again. It allows clarity. It allows you to move on things that, like we said before, perhaps the creative projects that you haven't been able to do. Or perhaps those things that just really wind you up, but you've asked for help and you're allowing it to happen. Allowing yourself to receive the help. So one thing today that's just happened is my daughter has a pile of clothes outside her door. It lives there for a long time. Usually I'll end up putting them away, but I have said, no, you need to put it away. And she said, oh, I was going to do that next. I'm tidying my room. I'm doing it next. So my gentle reminder, what I would have said was a call for help on my side, that I can't do everything. I don't have the capacity to manage all the micro things that other people need to step up. And actually, she was doing it. She was planning to do it. And that really is a strength. It's strong for her, and it's strength for me as well. Because actually, it supports both our relationships. I'm not then the naggy one. She's recognising what needs to be done, and she's doing it. Yeah, delegating. But it's not just delegating. It is that allowing. I think that allowing yourself to receive is so important. The other note I've got down here, I've got sensitive women and self-reliance. And we are, as sensitive empaths, we pick it all up, we hold it all, we carry it all in our backpack. But we don't necessarily ask for help. We'll pick up other people's before they even say, help, can you do? We've offered. Usually we've done it before they've even recognised that it's there and needs doing. Interesting. So this card, this spiritual lesson for this week, is really asking you, help. What does help mean for you? What would it be? What would help be if it showed up for you? How would that look? Would it be a physical person kind of help? Would it actually be an internal recognition that not everything is yours? Would it be around perhaps boundaries rather than actions? Would it be around literally clearing out the emotions and the baggage and everything else that we've got stuck in this backpack, this shit cart behind us, dragging along because we think it's ours, but it's not? How would help look for you? If you were to call for help, what would most support you? How could you be your own help? How can you actually do things that will help you? It might be that for me at the moment I've got loads of books that I need to sort through, and that's sitting there taking up space in my eye line, annoying me. I can help myself for that not to be a trigger by actually spending 10 minutes clearing them, selling them, putting them back on the back shelf if they're not worth anything, taking them down to the charity, putting them on a Facebook post and seeing if any friends want them, because yeah, I don't need them anymore. Help can come in many forms. It doesn't have to be a cleaner, it doesn't have to be a gardener, it doesn't have to be something like that. It can be, but you can also be your own help by saying no, looking at your boundaries, looking at your to-do list, crossing things off, clearing space physically, mentally, and your capacity. Interesting. So yeah, that is the message for this week. Help. How does that feel for you? Let me know. And then in the Access Your Inner Light, the messages coming through are really clear. We are going to release the Martyr energy edit. We're going to clear that out, the Martyr energy, how that feels for you. And we are going to activate accepting help, because it's all well and good to recognise things, but then it just becomes another thing on the to-do list. We need to actually accept help, and that, like I say, it could be from other people, it could be from family, from friends, from children. Also it can be from you, by letting things go or getting things done. So I will leave you with that. Let me know. I am also going to activate this for myself. I'm going to sort those blooming books out that are all over the floor. I keep moving so they're into different rooms so they don't physically see them. But there's other things that I need help with and I need to ask for. So thank you for watching, reading, listening. I hope this has been useful. As a spiritual lesson, I think it's really quite empowering. It's a subject I don't think we've really covered much before. So I invite you into the Access Your Inner Light membership, £22 a month. Each week you get an activation, about 20 minutes long, clearing a negative emotion that's come up, or thought or belief, and activating a positive as well, all based on the collective energy and these spiritual lessons that we're talking about here. I send you love and wish you beautiful joy. Take care. Bye.